All right, everybody, welcome. Day 2 is here, and day 1 was about this practice of developing a mindfulness meditation practice for up to 10 minutes. There has to be a goal in mind. I didn't want to pose this as a challenge because I think we've had enough challenges, but more of something that gives our own self a greater sense of accountability. And I have some dear girlfriends from college that are my accountability buddies on a lot of different facets of life, and encouraging you to, if you can't be your own accountability buddy, reach out to someone that might be able to support you in this. But with day 2 of mindfulness meditation, developing into an endpoint of 2 minutes of stillness and inner listening, the next focus point is developing this skill of awareness. And is it all going to be accomplished in 2 minutes? No. But what the intention again is building up each day. So day 1 we had, which was yesterday. If you missed it, go back and please watch. But day 1 is about building up and intention and setting a foundation in the body of posture. So day 2, we now have, we'll build up to 2 minutes, and we have this intentional focus of what it is that we are not necessarily looking for, but are asking of ourselves to be open to. And you'll be amazed of somehow how oftentimes this inner wisdom will just show up. And sometimes it's when the brain slows down or the body gives you a sense of feedback that you become more aware of, or this letting go process of seeing things in a different way starts to arrive. And this is day 2 is the awareness, and so just becoming an observer. So imagine you're waiting to get picked up by Uber or Lyft, or you're waiting for your friend to show up, and you're on the side of the street and there's all these cars that are passing by. And this is kind of like you observing your thoughts in your mind. You are on the sidewalk and conscious of all of these fleeting thoughts that are driving by, going by. Are you going to jump in the vehicle and become a passenger to all of those cars? Not necessarily, but that's what happens when we go down the spiral of thoughts, or we get out of the present moment. And all this practice is trying to do is keep us in the present moment, right here, right now, by staying on that side of the street, staying and just being the observer on the sidewalk, and not jumping in all those cars that are full of different thoughts. And because thoughts are not happening to us, they are a part of this mind space here, but what's really happening is what's occurring in the body. It's a relationship to the present moment in our bodies, aware of our minds, but not necessarily acting on it. So in day 2, the skill of awareness. Think of your mind as just a huge, huge, vast ocean. Our stream of consciousness is so large, and so many different messages are being transmitted back and forth in pathways, but this awareness is an anchor. You can anchor yourself in, just like a ship at the harbor. You're anchored in, and using an anchor of your breath to stay in that harbor. And just for this moment, and we know that ships are not designed to stay safe all the time in the harbor. They're meant to set sail. But this is part of our awareness of letting our body know that we are safe and that we're protected and that we can take care of ourselves. So finding your posture, aligning yourself that your spine is tall, and feel free to bend your elbows and get in any kind of position that best suits you for today, with your shoulders back, and finding a place that allows you to be truly at ease, awake and alert. Again, feel free to close your eyes if you'd like. But for the next 2 minutes, we'll dive into the practice. And doing so by taking a deep breath in. Maybe you're going to sigh as you exhale the breath out. Again, just another full breath in. And a breath out. And being reminded there is nothing to prove. I mean, there's nothing to fix about yourself. Just inviting the muscle fibers of your body to get a little quieter as you make any final movements of settling. Releasing any tension that may be furrowed around the brow or the eyes or in the jaw. Noticing any developing sensations that might be sprouting in the skin, from the skin. Can you anchor your mind here of what parts of your body are coming into contact with the floor, or just a solid sense of surfacing? Noticing what your feet are touching, your bottom seat. Paying attention to the contact your hands are making with either your body or the ground or each other. And can you make contact with the inhale? Just noticing what parts of the body move as you breathe in. And then make contact with what parts of the bodies move, on the exhale breath out. Noticing the point of contact when the breath enters in the nostrils. And the point of contact when the breath leaves the nostrils. Without trying to change anything about your breath. Keeping it fluid. Gentle, just to the best that you can, just for this moment. Simply softening the body into this natural aspect of breathing. Letting go of breathing perfectly or in a correct form. Just appreciating what this breath offers every single cell of your body and being. Take another deep breath in. And a breath out, just noticing where your mind has traveled, and can you bring it back? Just bring it back to taking one more in-breath and an out-breath. Whenever you're ready, feel free to open up your eyes and lift your gaze. And so building upon this anchor of awareness, we have our foundation and intention of just checking in. And today's focus of doing so with each flowing and yet also fleeting breath. Breathing in, breathing out. You know, the breath will never leave us. So play with becoming aware of your breath today. Realize maybe when you are holding your breath or when you are breathing, and what kind of spaciousness that either may or may not offer for you. So looking forward to seeing you back for day 3. Thanks, you guys.